Thank you very much. Good evening to everybody. Excellencies, dear colleagues and friends of the Diplomatic Corps, I would like to recognize also the presence among our other friends already mentioned, the Ambassador of Italy, Mr. Calicani and his wife, country of origin of Tina Modotti. Thank you for coming also. Ms. Lee Chorlin, Director of the National Museum of Singapore, our distinguished guest of honor tonight. Mr. Shang Wai Min, Vice President of the Nanyang Academy of Fine Arts. Ms. Bridget Tracy Tan, Director of the Institute of Southeast Asian Arts and Art Galleries. Distinguished representatives of the Singaporean government and its different agencies. Dear Mr. Anderson, President, new President of the Nanyang Technological University and his wife. Dear members of the Mexican community and friends of Mexico residing in Singapore. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for gracing us tonight with the pleasure of your company. First of all, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the President of the Nanyang Academy of Fine Arts, Mr. Chu Tian-Siu, for hosting the exhibition of Tina Modotti in this extraordinary gallery that emphasizes the subtle elegance and beauty of the artist's photography. I am confident that this exhibition, which represents the stepping stone, will develop into a fruitful collaboration among our institutions to enhance the ties of friendship between Mexico and Singapore through the mutual knowledge of our rich cultural heritage. With the exhibition Tina Modotti, A New Vision, the Embassy of Mexico is proud to start tonight the program of activities of the Mexican Festival in Singapore that year after year commemorates another anniversary of the independence of Mexico. For this year, the festival will also include a gastronomic festival dedicated to the state of Oaxaca, as well as the concert of famous Mexican guitarist Paco Renteria, among other activities. This exhibition would not have been possible without the generous support of the Mexican Ministry of Foreign Affairs, owner of the collection of photographs of Tina Modotti, and of our many friends and sponsors of the Mexican Festival 2011. Moreover, my sincerest appreciation goes as well to Ms. Lee Chorlin, who gracefully accepted to be our guest of honor for this evening. Ms. Lee has always been a great supporter of Mexican art and a dear friend of our country. For this friendship and support, Ms. Lee, I want to thank you. Last but not least, I would like to convey my warm gratitude to Ms. Bridget Tracy Tan, Director of the Institute of Southeast Asian Arts and Art Galleries here at NAFA, who, with her intimate knowledge of Mexico and great sensitivity, accompanied by a brilliant team of collaborators, have invested much effort and enthusiasm in this project. My sincere thanks also go to Beatriz Nava, Cultural Attaché, and her staff at the Embassy, who have poured hard work in this exhibition. Now, if you allow me, I would like to invite you to accompany me in a travel through time. The time machine we will utilize, a sophisticated camera, will be operated by Tina Modotti, and through her particular vision, she will take us to the Mexico of the 1920s. Let me recall that Mexico had undergone a revolution that started in 1910 and formally triumphed in 1917 with the adoption of our Constitution. This was a time of particular effervescence, not only political, social, and economic, but also cultural and artistic in a very important way. We can say that Mexico's national identity was being shaped. Tina Modotti was not born in Mexico, but embraced the land as it was her own. Tina Modotti and Edward Weston arrived in a country striving to find itself in the aftermath of the revolution. For Weston and Modotti, Mexico was a country of absolutes, from the strength of the coffee to the spiciness of the food and the lightness of the air. From their home at El Buen Retiro, or the Good Shelter, which they established in Mexico City, they launched their photographic expeditions to discover the new land. For them, no other country breathed art more than Mexico. They spent hours at the popular markets with their Graflex camera, where the smallest details would draw their attention, from the black clay pottery of Oaxaca to colorful straw baskets and wooden toys. Weston's interest focused on the folkloric, while for Modotti, the driving force of their new land was its people. The artistic landscape in Mexico during the 1920s proved to be as stimulating as the sensorial incentives of the country. The Minister of Education at the time, one of the leading intellectuals of Mexico, declared that art should go back to the people, and that the walls of public buildings should be the canvases and the powerhouse of the finest artistic expressions. Luckily for all of us, Modotti and Weston involved themselves quickly in this intellectual turmoil and cultural awakening. They formally documented the work of the muralists José Clemente Orozco, Diego Rivera, and David Alfaro Siqueiros, and actively socialized with the revolutionary cultural elite of the country. Modotti and Weston were easy to find among the frequent guests of Diego Rivera and his second wife, Lute Marín, as part of the so-called Miscato group, as well as Oscar and Beatriz Brani, Federico Marín, Nahui Olin, and Dr. Atul, Carlos Mérida, Paul Higgins, Miguel Anros, Covarrubias, Julio Torri, the creme de la creme of the intellectuals in Mexico and artists at that time, and all comrades in laughter and political discussion. In the Mexico of the post-revolution, art could not be disassociated from politics. Art was conceived as a political commitment, and Modotti understood and embraced this fully. Modotti adopted the quest for social justice as a leitmotif in her artistic production. Her political activism coincided with her photographs, which reflected her own reading of a rich but still persistently unequal country. In the opinion of some, her visit to Oaxaca, one of the most intricate and complex states of Mexico, provided the backdrop of her best photographs, some of which we can admire in this gallery tonight. Tina Modotti depicted the dignified elegance of children and of hard-working women, portraying them as standing tall and beautiful. Women singing, women dreaming, women fighting, and women mourning. She captured the individual character and aesthetics of the collective association. She was moved by the striking contrast of richness and poverty, the chaos of nature, and the clean lines of two perfect calla lilies. She portrayed also her lovers, and she portrayed herself in silence. Through the camera, she was able to capture the diverse parts of life that touch her and bring them out for us to feel for ourselves. Mexico flowed in Modotti's veins with great vitality, and she paid that back through her art and heartfelt social commitment. Her heart was brave, as mentioned in Nobel laureate Pablo Neruda's poem, as well as generous. In her own words, Mexico belongs to everyone who would like to discover it. I was made to discover Mexico. I belong to Mexico. Tina Modotti found herself while discovering our country. Now we have the opportunity to admire her sense of Mexico. That is, through the eyes of the artist who unveiled the country with the distance of the foreigner, both who had the affection of those native born who understood and loved our wonderful country. But it is time that I stop talking and let our guest of honor deliver us her opening